me Amanda here. Let me just get comfy. Please excuse my dirty mat. I need to get a new one. So I've been working on a journal. Before we start, I'll just give you a quick look. And so I've been making ephemera for it. So I thought I'd just come and do a bit of a craft with me, because there's another kind of tag pocket that I want to make. But before we start, I just want to show you a new thing that I made. Where is it? Here we go. So I just added this little swing pocket here, and I just want to show you this little element here. I've added one of the cards there and added it and as a, you know, it's glued on for journaling. But I made these little clipboards. They've been really popular, and what I've done is I've made a little mini one. So I'm quite into making the little paper charms. I've got them on the bottom of my journal here, little mirror image ones, and I've shared quite a few in my Facebook group and on my Ko-fi, and I shared this one in my Facebook group yesterday. It's got I'm going to put it on the Ko-fi site so everybody can get it, but you can make little mini clipboards. So when you get the if you download the digital, you will see that there are, have I got it here? Here we go. So this is the digital, okay? So you'll see that there's A and B. So what you do is you fussy cut out A and you fussy cut out B, write A and B on the back of there. And then this one is mirror imaged with this one, and this one is mirror imaged with this one. And then these are just spare ones for making embellishments. Then you've got the little, you know, the little bulldog clip type thing there. So what I've done is I've fussy cut this one and this one. You can glue them back to make a charm, or if you just want it as a little, like mine, just a little embellishment here, I've just fussy cut this one, cut out the little clip, and layered it on another sheet of paper to just make it a bit sturdier. And then you just glue the top half of that clip to here, and it'll line up perfect because they're the same image. And then if you just glue the top half there, then it leaves the bottom free for tucking little mini ephemera. And how cute is that? And then this is one of the larger clipboards that's in my Journaling Basics kit. I've added a little butterfly there, which I've just glued on 3 sides. So this comes out and this comes out. So how cute is that? I just thought I'd share that with you. So I'm gonna, by the time the video's up, this little freebie will be on my Ko-fi, and I'll have a look, see if I've got anything else that I can put up there. It will be just on the page, it won't be in the shop, okay? So you don't have to feel like you have to pay anything or leave a donation. It's just there for free, okay? Because I've created quite a few little extras as I've been creating my journal, and I'm thinking, oh, I need such and such. I've made them and I've just given them for free, okay? So you can go and grab that if you like. So I just want to make another little tag. So I've done it like a flip here, and I've got a pocket here, and I'm wanting to make another type of tag. So I've got these pieces of cardstock. They measure 5 by 4, and I've used my tag punch board, T-A-B punch board, to just get these fancy corners. But you don't have to. You can just square them off. You can leave them plain, do what you want. So I'm going to use these Polaroid images from my kit. Which one shall I have? I think I might have the same machine for a change. And I'm going to use... No, it's gone. There we go. Sorry. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to cut a background for front and back on here. So these are 4 by 5, so I will be cutting them 1/8 of an inch smaller. So let me just get my papers sorted. So for the back, I'm just using one of the dotty pages. So 4 by 5, so I want it 3 7/8 by 4 7/8. Okay. And then so that it'll go in my, on my tabs, I'll just get my little tab punch board, or if you've, you know, just used an angle, just duplicate that so that it's the same. But because you've cut your paper 1/8 of an inch smaller on the 2 sides, it should theoretically layer inside there nicely. Okay, that's not cut that very well. because it's just paper. So that's for that one, and then I want one for the front. So I'm using this advertisement page that I did. So again, I want it 3 7/8 by 4 7/8. Okay. And then again, I'm going to use this doofer, and I hope it cuts it nicely, so that I've got the same shape at the top. Let me just line it up right. And that's done that nicely. So that's those two bits cut. Now I'm going to layer this on the front of there. What else am I going to do? I want to cut a little slit in it as well, so that we've got... Right, so this is going to need trimming. So this Polaroid's a little bit large, so I'm just going to trim it I'm just going to trim some of the bottom off. Let me just make sure that that's square, so that I've got a nice neat edge. Okay. And then I'm just going to trim a little bit off the bottom. I don't know, I'm eyeballing it. Okay. So let me just layer that on there and see if that looks a nice kind of increment. So I want an even increment all the way around. So then what I'm going to do is just ink everything. So there's loads of ways you can make lovely pockets and tags. I have got several videos, and I will, when I've done this, I'll show you the bits and bobs that I've made, and you can go and check the videos out. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. I'd be ever so grateful. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because without you I don't have a channel. I am thinking about doing some lives on here at some point, but it will be to make, you know, a project. Maybe I'll design a folio and do a live, and I'll do a cutting guide, so you can get your bits and bobs ready before the live, let you know when I'm going to do it, and have it as like a bit of a class, rather than just a, you know, a live with no focus kind of thing, because best will in the world, even I can only talk waffle without any focus for so long. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue this one on the back. So let me grab some glue. And I'm not over decorating the backs of my tags, and I'm layering them with paper. I like the cardstock because I like the black look. I like it to be a little bit sturdy, but you don't have to use card, you can just use paper. And then the backs, I'm keeping them plain, so then not only is it a pocket on the front, but you could journal on the back as well, or add photographs or whatever. So that's the back. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now, before I glue this on here, I'm going to make the photograph into a pocket, and then I'm going to try and cut a pocket into this one as well. So thin bead of glue on here. So they're not true pockets, they're just tucks, because, you know, there's no flaps at the side. So whatever you put in is going to have to be just little bits and bobs of fun stuff, you know, little tickets and things like that. So that's layered on there. Let me just get it straight. Okay. So that's fun, isn't it? And then let's see if I can. Hopefully I can do it. I need a new blade, so it might all go a bit peaked on. So I'm just going to line my paper layer here on my grid mat, so that I know that that's kind of straight. And then I'm using a non-slip ruler, and I'm just going to make a mark about the same width as my image there on the tab, and not too far up, about here. Okay, if you can see. Can you see? I hope so. I do hope so. So starting about there, I'm using my grid mat to make sure my ruler's straight, so that the line I draw is straight, because I can't draw lines by eye. Okay. And hope that they're straight. I've got to measure it. Okay, and I'm just using a pencil so that it doesn't show. And then I'm going to go in with my blade, and hopefully, because sometimes when you cut just thin paper with blades, it's not always successful. Okay, there we go, so that's done that. And then I'm just going to like just do a little nick going down. There's no measurement for it, just a little nick. And basically we're just cutting a little pillar box kind of opening out of this piece of paper. Where's the edge of it? There we go. About there. So just down a right little bit. Okay, probably gone a bit far there, but never mind. Then I'm going to line the two cuts up again with my ruler. I'm not going to stress too much if it's not perfectly straight. As long as I've got a little, I'm just creating a little opening so that I can put even more stuff in. Okay, and that's just created as a little tiny opening. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to go in the back here. I'm just going to very carefully ink the top to try and hide that whiteness where I've cut it. And the same here. Now this is only paper, so what you put in here can only, you know, you can't put a big thick heavy tag in there. Just little bits of ephemera, just interesting little bits and bobs. So what we can do now is we can glue this. You can glue all of this top section, but on the bottom half here only go on 3 sides. Okay, so we can glue all of that. Let me just smooth it out because I've blobbed. Let me just wipe that. And then down here we're just going to glue on 3 sides. Okie doke, and then grab this, and this should just layer nicely onto there now. And we've got nice cute little pockets going on to give that chance to dry. And then it's just a case of if you want to decorate it further, you know, you can add some cute elements. So let's have a look what we can make. I did take time to fussy cut some more of the little things, so they will go back to back and you can literally clip them on. Let's do that. So if you like to fussy cut and you don't mind cutting little things, this is a cute thing to do. So these are the little spare, I don't know what you call them, clips. I call them bulldog clips, the clipboard clips, because I did extra ones. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to use my fine tip glue pen if it's not bunged up, and I'm just going to glue them on the top there. And this is pure decoration, just for fun. Okay, and then if you just glue them two together, hold it while it dries, talk amongst yourselves. And then that will just slide on the top of that pocket there like a cute little decoration, but you can actually remove it like a little mini clip. Okay, so that can go there like that. Right, so let's find something to go in. So we've got a pocket here now and a pocket here. Okay, this is my little tags, my little binder clip still wet, so just bear with me. It's still wet. I'm going to take it off until it's dry because I'm just going to keep moving it about, aren't I? Let me just set that to one side. So let's have a look. Will that fit? Yep. So we could put that in there. So these are only thin little bits of paper. So what I'll probably do after the video is go back and layer these with some coffee dyed or scrap paper on the back, just to make them a little bit more sturdy. So that can go in there. Let's have a have a hole in that one. Just need to move that out of the way. Okay. A hole in there. And once I've layered this with some thicker paper, I may well put an eyelet in it. In fact, I think I might do. It probably will do. And we've got that little tag there, and then you can put something in. Let's have a look. What have we got? So that's a bit big. Bit big, that one. I tell you what we'll do. We'll put the larger tags at the back, so you've got your little pocket there, and your little pocket there. Okay. Put that there, central. And then in this front one, I'm going to put smaller ephemera. So I've got some little tickets, some little luggage labels. So you can put quite a bit in, just don't overfill them. Because, you know, your pocket there is not cardstock, it's just paper. So let's have a look how we can make this a bit more interesting. So I'm going to... let's have a look at as mini clipboards. Let's see if we can make this a little bit more fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an eyelet in here. Let me just move that tag out of the way. I'm going to put an eyelet in here. Let me grab one. Little tip for eyelets, if you're looking for eyelets, they don't always have to be, you know, antique bronze tone. You'll find that the gold ones or silver ones are cheaper. And if you get them on non-crafty sites, these are actually from an electrical wholesaler, so I don't know what they're using them for, but they were far cheaper. And also you don't have to have the We Are Memory Keepers branded ones. Do remember that. They're just... Sometimes the cheaper ones don't squash as nice, but, you know, it's just for crafting. It's not for saving lives. Right, so that's that. And then I think I'm going to dangle one of these clipboards. So let's get some twine. So these are pretty similar to the other embellishments that I've made in the style of, you know, the dangles and using the twine, etc. But that's because I want... consistency, so I want things to kind of match within my journal, because my journal's quite an eclectic with the pages. I've used a lot of very basic, what I call basic design elements, so by doing funky little things like this, it adds interest, but also they all kind of match, so it brings a kind of theme to your journal then. Yeah. So that's that. And then let me get my little clipboard. So I want a one with a number 1 and one with a number 2. Now, if you've not cut them out perfect, I can't fussy cut 100% perfect. I don't have a fancy electric cutting machine, although I'm saving up for one. Just ink really heavily on the back, really heavily, and then, you know, if there's any gaps where you've not cut it perfect, it won't matter, because it'll just be like an inked edge. You won't see it as much. Okay. So I'll check back through my other videos and have a look at the other things that I've made. I've made some of the larger clipboards. I've made these ones again with the danglies, but this is a full cardstock tag, so it's heavier. I've made these ones with the little butterfly children on, and there's tutorials on them. I think I've done tutorials on them all. So go and have a look. Sometimes when I'm in the process of making a journal, I don't do as many big tutorials on things, because I want to get my, I'm a crafter the same as you, so when I'm busy making a journal, I don't want to be doing anything else. I don't want to be doing videos, you know, because so this is dry now, so I want to get on with my journal. So let's put this little clip. I'm all fingers and thumbs today. There we go. Come on, slide on. Have I glued the whole thing shut? No, I haven't. So yeah, there we go. That'll just slide on there now. Might end up gluing it on, I don't know, but I just thought it was cute. So now we're going to glue these. Let's get some glue. I'll glue down the back. All over. Splodgy splodge. And I'll give you a quick flick of the journal that I'm working on so you can see what I mean about how I've used just the Journaling Basics collections. So I want it to dangle to about there. Yeah. Put my string in the middle. And I printed these on lightweight cardstock, so then you don't notice the strings in between as much when it's on cardstock rather than just paper. Okay, now I'm just going to line those up. Press. Right, let's lift it up. And then just press. There must be, I'm wondering if there's a wedding going on today, because the church bells in my village are going like the clappers. But it's Bank Holiday Monday, maybe they've got an extra service on. But it's really nice, you can hear all the church bells ringing. There's quite a few, the village that I live in is quite an old village, and so there's quite a few proper oldie worldy type churches. They're quite pretty. I mean, I don't go to church myself, but you know, you can appreciate the beauty of the old style churches. Right, so that's that. I'm just going to trim that a little bit. Okay. Now, have I got another? Now, I've got another one there. So what I could do, let's do it. Let's go overboard. And I can just glue that on here. And I can layer it on top of there. Just gluing the top half. And then I'll be able to slip little tiny mini ephemera under there. Just have to hold it while it dries. Let me look for some tiny mini ephemera in my little box of tricks. Let's have a look what I've got. I bet I ain't got anything tiny now. I bet I've used them all up. Let's have a look. I've got. Let's have a look. What's this here? Might just cut the bottom of some of that off. So that's dry. Should be more or less dry now. So I've got my little clips. So what can we use here? These are all perforated. So then, you know, you can slip little mini ephemera under there. So cute. Or you can glue it on, you know. What do I like? I don't know if I like those. Don't know if they're a little bit. Let's have a look what I've got on my desk. It's a hot mess. These are all a little bit large, these ones. A little bit large. Let me have a look. Got some little tickets somewhere. Let's see if we can make one of these work. Thing is, when you do things in miniature, then you've got to have everything in miniature, otherwise it looks daft. So I'm just going to trim one of these. Oh, that's not cut very straight, Amanda. One of these little, I think they're tram tickets or something. And oops, I'll just grab my scissors and just rough it up so it doesn't look so perfect. Give it a bit of an ink. I found some little stamps or something, but I just don't have them to hand on my desk. And then that'll just slip under there like that. How cute! How cute is that? So you could put something on that. Let's have a look. Shall I have a butterfly? I used the butterflies before. Mind you, it needs to go in my pocket. Let's have a look. What's these books? Too big. Too big, too big, too big. I've got a small photo. Too big. They're too big. I'm just going to leave that dangling, I think. I quite like it, but you could put something else on there. I do just want a little word, maybe. Let's have a look. I sat and made loads of these. Moments in time. That's nice, isn't it? Let's have that. So these are also on my Facebook group. I don't know whether to put these on the Ko-fi. I don't know. We'll see. So if you go and have a look on my Ko-fi after the video, the link's in the description box below. I will have put some sort of freebie up there for you. Make sure that you're following it, because then when I put other freebies up, you will get them. So there we go. Right, so let me just clear my desk a little bit, make sure I'm in shot. So that's another little pocket tag idea, and I just think it's a lovely, cute, interesting idea. But then you can still journal on the back of there. The little bits of ephemera that you can pull out are interesting, but you can still journal on the back of them as well. I might glue that little clip on. So here's my journal. It's going to be reflecting because I've got a acetate window. So here's a lovely huge journaling card there. So this is all in my journaling page basics. I can never remember the name of stuff. Honestly, I forget. So that's going to open like so. I've got a pocket here, and this was just looking a bit plain, so I've made this tag is going to go in here. Okay, you can have that dangling, and now that is an interesting pocket, and that card matches that card as well, which was a complete accident. I might change it actually, I don't know if I want them exactly the same. So that can just dangle like that, or you can just tuck it in, maybe have the ephemera hanging off, don't know yet. Let's have a look. Like so, and then just have the ephemera like that. Or have it all the way in, have it all the way down, do what you want with it. I quite like that, I think it's cute. So then I've got 3 pockets here, because I had to change my cover because I'd made the cover on my book wrong. So this is the chipboard wrapped, and so far this is as far as I've got. So I'll just quickly show you some of the interesting bits. So I made this little pocket here, which is like just one of the pages folded in half. Made a pocket, I made a little paper clip there, and put one of these butterflies are free in my group. The cases that are in the kit, little photographs stuck in there, so I just glued it back to back because I do quite a few things with mirror images. So I glued that back to back, and then it's a tuck. What else have I done that's interesting? I've done this little pocket here with some of the elements. That's a little paper clip, hidden paper clip. These are the little envelopes that I made, and then this is just a little tuck. So I'm nowhere near finished yet, and then the other tag pockets that I made like that can just slide in there. But you can see that I've taken the plain pages and then I've used elements to just, you know, fancy it up a bit. And there's a lot of vintage book pages and vintage note paper in here. That's one of my tag pockets with the butterfly children on the front. So I've got a video on this, and I've turned that into a flip with a library card, and then there's another pocket at the back there. So, you know, with very basic things, you can just let your imagination run wild and do whatever you want. I I don't think I've done anything else. And then this one here, I've just clipped on with a paper clip. Have I done any more? And then I just did this little pocket here, which I showed you with the little mini clipboard as just a tuck embellishment. So you can use it as a little embellishment. You can see I've added a little mini ephemera there. Or you can, like I've shown you with the twine, turn it into a charm. So there's lots and lots of uses for them. They're super cute. So I hope you like that. Go and visit the Ko-fi and grab the freebie, and I'll be back. I don't know when, because my mind can't focus on doing tutorials until this is finished. So you might not see me for a few days, but there's loads of videos for you to be watching. So go back, make sure you've watched them all and get loads and loads of inspiration for your journal making. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.